Good morning, my name's Clem Pedro. It's a Wednesday, we're in the kitchen, which must mean it's the Culinary Hotline bling! They sound so tired, it's fine, they're not going to get anything from the hotline today. But what you are going to get is an amazing food writer, stylist, TV chef, author. Herman, what don't you do? It's Herman Lensing, give him a big hand!
Woo! I still don't sing.
You don't sing? I don't think so, I think you can.
But I still don't yet.
Let's get Herman on mic. Just joking. We will wait. Herman, it's always amazing having you in the
Thanks
kitchen.
for having me, yeah.
You are one of the most inspiring foodie personalities. I want to say in the country, but it's like in the world. Everything that you do is just, it's beautiful, number one. And it's got like a signature Herman look and feel. It is phenomenal. And you've put all of that into your latest book.
Yeah.
And we brought you into the kitchen today because we're going to be cooking from it.
Yes.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, so I'm very proud of this book. It's actually one of the first, I've done a couple of books, but it's the first one I wrote over a really long period of time. So it tells a bit of stories from my readers and the last bit of roundup from my mom and growing up in Upington in the Northern Cape. So it's typical South African recipes with that plattelandse geure and you know that way that Tanny sometimes on the borderline of screwing the recipe up, but it actually works some way. It really tastes amazing. Those are those recipes.
It looks, I mean, every single one of your cookbooks is just absolutely phenomenal and vibrant. And the recipes, what I love the most is the recipes you'd actually make. A lot of times you buy a recipe book and you just kind of like, you get inspired by it. This is inspiration, plus it's practical, and it's just so stunning. Yeah. It's so beautiful. So what are we making for our first dish this morning?
So this recipe is like really, she was never the cover girl of a magazine, but my mom used to actually make it on all our Christmases. So basically it's a basic pork chipolata or a pork sausage. And I'm going to wrap them in bacon. I mean, anything you wrap in bacon always tastes better.
Immediately.
I think there's a couple of South Africans I want to wrap in bacon, but let's stop there. We need to make them look better. So,
oh, okay, I feel you.
So beautiful streaky bacon. I mean, yeah, you can use, if you don't like bacon, if you want to go a different route, you can maybe use like beautiful ribbons of courgette, or carrots can also look beautiful, but I mean, let's celebrate bacon in all its forms. So yeah, chipolata on the bacon. And then basically, you just roll it up. This used to be something my mom and my dad would do on Christmas days, or before any sort of, I think, celebration, we used to have these.
Is it like a canapé then, as the guests come in?
Yeah, growing up in Upington, the word canapé was basically like a swear word.
What is a canapé? Like, what was the appropriate?
A canapé.
A canapé. A canapé.
Yeah. No, jy het sommer gesê 'n vingerhappie. That was the closest you got to canapé in Upington.
But now we're officially going to adopt the word Afrikaans for I can't even say it. Canapé is a canapé.
A canapé.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so like it's a little, like just a little snack as you walk in. And I mean, it's really easy, but I mean, if you think about it, it's going to be so satisfying with the smokiness of the bacon on the outside, and the crispiness, and then the chipolata flesh on the inside.
And I suppose, actually, you could make the bacon a bit smaller because I think this is more bacon than sausage. But here we are. I mean, we celebrate the good things in life.
We do.
So what I typically would do, what I like to do is like make it a bit more bougie. So I'll take beautiful long sprigs of rosemary, skewer them on there.
Oh, yes.
And then it looks a bit more fancy. And obviously the rosemary will also go into the sausage and the bacon. So we'll put them on a roasting tray. We'll do all of them later. Then a bit of good olive oil on there. If you want to be really fancy, you can put some maple syrup or some honey on
okay, delicious.
And then a bit of pepper, a bit of salt, and then I'm just going to put these rosemary sprigs on that. And this will roast in the oven. But now where the Afrikaans did a bit of bietjie kommen inkom is the mustard. So this is as far as from a mustard as you can go, but it's really something that works on my emotions. So what it is, basically, is a tin of condensed milk. I firmly believe one day when they find South Africans, 100 years from now, they're only going to find corpses of condensed milk.
We love our condensed milk, eh?
As jy lang genoeg stil staan, we put you also in a tin of condensed milk. That's what we do in South Africa. So condensed milk, and then like a big glug of vinegar. I don't know if that's the right word. A skeet in Afrikaans.
A skeet. We're learning all the words today. A skeet.
A skeet of vinegar. And then good old mustard powder. So my mom would consider this now sweet mustard, and I believe it because it really tastes amazing.
But this is the traditional recipe for soot mustard, right?
Traditionally, you would actually make it the way you'll do a lemon curd. The long way.
Actually cooking it?
Yeah, so you take
I've never made it before.
Come, I'll show you.
There we go. Okay, cool. So this is a version of that that's just not cooked.
You must remember in the platteland, the tannies had a lot of things to do. They must skinner, do the hair, cook. So they used to find a shortcut to make it. So then all you do, you let it stand in the fridge for like an hour and it'll sort of thicken up. And I promise you, my friend, that sausage, a bit of this condensed milk mustard, it will work somewhere in your emotions and make you long for days gone past.
What else would I use the sauce for?
Anything that makes you happy. I would serve it with a leg of lamb, chicken on its own. You know, it's condensed milk. You can even...
It's condensed milk, right?
Yeah.
I know, I love it. It's so simple. I always thought it was such a complicated recipe. And this is the first I'm seeing this version done like this.
Yeah.
I mean, if we taste it now, we're still going to get a bit of that flavor, right?
Yes, you can. You'll definitely get some mustard. You'll get that vinegar. Let's see. It's like a sweet mustard.
It really... I thought that the condensed milk would still be like front and forward. No. It kind of is, but then it just... That acidity of the vinegar,
yeah,
and the little bit, it's not even heat. It's not heat. It's just like like the breath of mustard coming through. That's actually delicious. Yes, I'm trying to think, would that be like amazing with that gammon? Would that work with gammon?
Definitely. Christmas gammon, lovely. Leg of lamb, like I said, chicken, roast chicken, on a sandwich. Yeah.
That is very, and it's very South African.
But the number one is with a canapé.
Have it with a canapé. With a canapé.
There you're happy.
I love it. Okay, so these go into, like I said, the oven, or an air fryer. The thing is, everybody's on an air fryer. Air fryer on the braai would be perfect.
Definitely, yeah.
So I love this. It's pretty cool. It's also something that you can prep ahead of time.
Definitely.
So then you just kind of like pop it in quickly to cook.
And I mean, if you don't like pork, you get beef chipolata, so you can do it with beef. Then I say you can go the route of courgettes, beautiful carrot ribbons.
I like the idea that you can make veggie options of it. Okay, so we're gonna pop these into the oven right now. They're gonna get beautiful, crispy, and delicious. We're gonna plate it up in a little bit. And what are we making in the second part?
One of my favorite things is a chicken with a beautiful like curry, like a susati almost.
There we go. You are not gonna wanna miss that. And if you want any of the recipes that we just did right now, go and check out the recipes on expressoshow.com. Herman's not going anywhere. You heard what's coming up next. On the Culinary Hotline, bling!
Yeah. Very butch.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Good morning and welcome back to the Culinary Hotline, bling!
Yeah.
I'm not even going to ask them to do it again because these people, I know who they are. They're getting nothing. You see this chicken? You're not getting any. Okay, now they look sad. It's okay. Culinary Hotline, bling! Better. So Herman's still with us. Chipolatas are in the oven and they're smelling absolutely amazing. Before we get onto our chicken, we asked you a question on social media about your most nostalgic dish. So bear with me because the TV screen's all the way on the other end and I'm not wearing my glasses. So here we go. Herman, you can also help, eh?
There's no way I can read this.
Okay. Oh my goodness, there are so many dishes to pick from. There we go. And this message, by the way, is from Zalda Hennessy. There we go. She says, oh my goodness, there are so many dishes to pick from here, but if I had to narrow it down, definitely Cook Sisters, because it's the very first thing my mum and I ever made together. We love that. And beef potjie, because that was my late dad's speciality, and he made it so often when I was a kid. Guys, first, clap for Zalda.
Yeah.
Clap for me that could read across a whole room.
That's a good one.
There we go. And Zalda, I agree, Cook Sisters and Kus Sisters, okay? Are like, they're just purely South African, so much so that it becomes a ritual. I used to live in the northern suburbs, now I'm in the south. Every single Sunday morning, I'm out there driving to Fagri to get to House of Bollas to get Bollas and Kus Sisters.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and I like how food just dictates tradition so much in South Africa. And you're doing a very good job of translating all that tradition into the book. Nostalgia is such a beautiful book. We've seen the chipolatas now. The next one is smelling so good and hasn't even been cooked yet. What are we making?
Okay, so claim you haven't lived if you haven't attended a Plattelandse bazaar, a church fete. Is that the right word? A fete? I don't know. But so a Plattelandse kerk bazaar, the one thing you'll always find there is curry susaties, those curry like susaties. You know, there's nothing more iconic than that. So what I like to do is I like to take those memories, because that's the only way that you can cook. It's like finding those memories in your food brain and then changing them into different ways of enjoying them. So I enjoy chicken. I'm not a big red meat eater.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So I enjoy chicken a lot. So what I try to do is I take that memories from a kerk bazaar, so chicken, so susaties, and changing them into different ways. So the magic of a susati is obviously the marinade. So the big thing between a susati and a kebab.
I was going to ask, okay.
So that's the one thing I preach about all the time. You can only call something a susati if it gets a hot curry marinade, like we're going to do now. The rest is a skewer or a kebab. Let that just be there. Let's just spread that gospel.
So this is a susati-inspired chicken whole roasted chicken.
Yes, whole roast chicken.
Okay.
Obviously, you can do the Sisati style also with like chicken breast or thighs, whatever you want. I enjoy like beautiful roast on the table because for me that says family, that says wholesome, that says come, welcome to my table.
And tell me, the thing about the ingredients, if you had to take a top-down shot, right? Don't look at the chicken and you go, what country does this come from? Hands down, South Africa.
There's no, you can't even argue about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful mix of like the jam and the chutney with the spices, and it's giving a little bit of pickled fish vibes just because of seeing these spices lined up with the onions and we're so close to Easter. It is so beautiful. How does it all come together?
Okay, so it's a very easy marinade. So what we start off is I've got a little pot here. I'm gonna put the heat.
We can swap
Let me
sides.
swap. Okay, like
Are we missing a chicken?
I've got no, there's a chicken there. I'm just going to show you how
Okay, so
to
we're not
make
gonna, okay, cool. We got one going, marinated ready. Okay.
So the secret to a good Sisati or anything you marinate in curry is it needs time. So I would normally make this sort of 2 or 3 days before the braai or before I serve it because you want that flavours to really go in there. So what we start off first is a lekker groot skeet olijfolie or olive oil. Growing up in the platteland, we never knew olive oil, so it probably would have been something like canola or plain sunflower oil.
Can I tell you what my grandmother used to do? She used to have her own chickens. Yeah, that lady was resourceful. When she did slaughter the chicken, she would render the fat out, and then she would just keep chicken fat, and that was the fat that we were raised on.
You must have been a very happy family.
Yeah.
Okay, so oil is nice.
Definitely, but look at what chicken fat. No, chicken fat. Actually, no, I think chicken fat is actually healthier. Or using actual animal fat, healthy. We don't use the word healthy, but I mean, it's amazing the results you get from cooking in animal fat. So.
I just choose to ignore it completely. Fat is healthy. Look at me.
Healthy.
It's
Thank you,
all
thank
here.
you, Ma. Thank you, Ma. There we go. Okay, so spices going.
So first we do our onions. So the thing about making a curry marinade, you have to slice your onions, not diced, sliced onions. That's what makes it a curry marinade, a tipi Sisati marinade. So those goes in. You're just going to saute them off a couple of seconds, just to let them sort of sweat the onions, basically.
Right.
So
We're not looking for color. We're just looking to soften them.
Yeah, I just want them to relax a bit, and like I'm happy to be here. Okay, then we start with a nice, you can choose whatever, like a medium. I use a medium curry powder because I don't like the heat too much. So like a big curry powder. Then for that color, obviously turmeric. Nice turmeric. I don't put too much turmeric. Be careful with turmeric; it can make your dish very bitter sometimes.
Okay.
If you can get fresh turmeric, obviously much better.
And I love the fact that we can get that now in
Yeah.
stores.
Isn't it amazing that you can get anything in South Africa lately?
Literally.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty amazing how you can also just hop on a phone and push a button and ding dong comes at your door
there
with
you
the
go.
products. Yeah.
If you live in Pofadder or Pretoria, you can get anything.
Is that a fact? Okay, people in Pofadder, let us know.
If they get fresh turmeric in Pofadder, I promise you, then I'm never going to complain about anything again.
Ever again. I would love to know. If you live in Pofadder and you can get fresh turmeric, let us know on our social channels. Or send us a voice note.
I can bet you there's a tanny growing them there in a garden, Glenn.
Do it, please. We're talking about nostalgia, and I to mention my gran. Another thing that I can say is her chickens, okay, were a lot bigger, right? Because, I mean, she had her chickens for quite a long time before she slaughtered them. We're talking about animals right now. Okay. And the chicken itself would be a lot tougher because it's a bigger, older chicken. And I'm looking at recipes like this, and you understand why they actually came up with recipes like this, because it sits in that marinade for so long, and it's just going to become absolutely tender.
But you're going to get that beautiful flavor of the chicken who actually worked.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I've added a little bit of ground ginger already. Then coriander. I like to put in the whole seeds. I know there's people going to go, ooh, near. But I like, as you cook it, it's going to soften a bit, and you're going to get that really big flavor. Obviously, you can use ground coriander. It's up to you. Then cloves, in Afrikaans it's called a naaltjie. It's one of the most beautiful things. You know that cloves is actually a flower in its fresh form. It's really a beautiful spice.
There we go, another seed.
Yeah. So you also be careful with cloves, you know. I like to put them in there because it's interesting if someone at the table bites on it, that boring guest, you get some reaction from them.
There we go. So, Herman, I need to stop you for a second. No, you keep on going.
Okay.
We're going to have to catch you, but when we come back, we're going to see how Herman's putting the final touches to this beautiful marinade. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be back with more Culinary Hotline Bling. Ding, ding, ding.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to another installment of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Things are smelling amazing in the kitchen. Chicken's in the oven. The chocolates are coming out in a minute. We've got the tres leches cake, which has got people confused. People are a little bit like the 3 cheeses, I don't know. But before we get started, we've got 2 voice notes. Let's have a listen to our first one.
Good morning, awesome breakfast show team on television. Mrs. Nirmala Devi Mudley of Gauteng. My nostalgic taste bud would be mutton curry with soft cooking potatoes anytime. And not often, but yes, I would hold on to that as my nostalgia in menu. Have a blessed day.
I feel like chicken soup to people is like what mutton curry is to South Africans.
I can actually taste that potatoes
Right?
now. They take on that color of the curry. That's
You know, it's like-
I close my eyes, I can taste it.
It's in there. Okay,
Yeah.
guess what I'm having for dinner tonight? Thank you so much for the voice note. Absolutely love it. We've got a second one. Hopefully someone from Pofadder. I don't know.
Turmeric.
Turmeric. Let's hear.
Wow, it's me, Renston Young. Now you got me started. Cottage pie was also one of the cottage pie, yellow rice, and sweet carrots.
Oh,
I
yes.
remember. Yes, that was also one of the finest in when we were younger. That was always the warming up the house, and yeah, that's. Yo, you just put a smile on my face.
Taking him back. It's taking him back.
Thanks a lot.
Oh,
Isn't it
man.
just amazing
It
what
is.
food does?
It is. It really does. And I think like it's making a comeback.
Yeah.
We've gone through this phase of loving molecular gastronomy and then bistro food and then international influences, but it seems to be this massive drive for nostalgic food. So you on brand.
Thank you.
Perfect timing. Absolutely love it. And if you are feeling the nostalgic vibes, go and check out Herman's book Nostalgie in stores now.
Yeah.
I was about to say where we can find it. We can't say the brand names. But if it's a good bookstore, they're going to have it. So go and check it out. Herman, we're making this tres leches cake.
Yes.
Absolutely love it. It is one of my favorite desserts.
Yeah.
It
So-
really is.
So basically, this cake is sort of, for me, it's a malva pudding that went to private school. You know, she's very bougie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, but it's a simple base, like a malva pudding with sort of a sponge. So in here, I already got my eggs and my sugar. Just whipped it together. You can obviously do it with electric beater if you want to, but the hand is just as good. Then just plain old cake flour goes in. Nothing difficult. It's really easy. Some baking powder goes in. And then the magic for me to this cake is a little bit of cinnamon. But you can even go a bit further. You can maybe use a bit of cumin, a bit of cloves again, or combination, like a 5-spice mix would really be amazing. It's just that it brings that little bit of different perfume to this lady. And then if I think of malva pudding, I always taste vanilla or caramel essence.
Yeah.
So just you can just plain old vanilla essence goes in. And then, well, actually 4 milks, but then just a little bit more milk
It's
goes
cuatro
in there.
leches.
Look at you, man. Ons sê net 4 melk.
Do you know? Okay, I've got a trick. If you ever want to sound like you're speaking Spanish, spell socks, but say it fast.
I'm scared because I'm
No,
gonna...
it's not a fluke word as well.
Socks.
No, spell it. You got to spell it.
Oh, S-O-C-K. I can't even spell socks.
S-O-C-K-S.
S-O-C-K-S, yeah.
Right? Cruz, our cameraman at the back's going, what? It's true. If you ever want to sound like you're speaking Spanish, just spell socks fast.
So spell malva pudding fast.
I
Let me see.
can't. M-A-L-V-A. No, it doesn't. It's not. It doesn't work the same. Okay, that is
Okay, so there's our
absolutely
batter,
delicious.
very basic. Just a basic springform cake, and you can do it in any tin you want. Even if you do a beautiful bun tin, you know, it looks bougie and
Oh,
fancy.
actually, yes. Again, the nostalgia's coming through. I've seen so many bun tins lately, and the molded cake tins.
Yeah.
They're coming back, and I think it's amazing. I mean, the jelly art's coming back. So I'm here for the nostalgia. I am really here for the nostalgia.
Into the hot oven, 180 degrees classic, bake it.
That's
And
it.
then end up with, yeah. So she went on a diet and she shrank a bit, but then
Nice.
she eats now. Okay. But now the good old magic of this, obviously, is the sauce, like we think a typical malva pudding. So the first milk is classic, normal, full cream milk.
Okay.
Never use like anything less than full cream. That's what we want.
He's a professional. So listen to him. Okay.
And then if I think of sort of Mexican, Spanish food, I also a lot of condensed milk again. So that's our second milk goes in there. That I'll eat when the camera.
Yeah, you
cuts.
don't remember those turkeys from back in the day?
Oh man, those were the best.
When we didn't know better, but we lived better then.
That was my first boyfriend.
Wow,
Yeah.
turkey.
The two of us were tight, man. Yeah. Now we don't get him anymore.
Now I've got a visual of you. Oh, never mind. But those were the days. Even now the strawberry, the chocolate,
Yeah.
the vanilla. Okay, bring back turkey. Yeah, bring it back.
Bring it back. And then just to make sure that we got enough fat in there, we add some cream. Lovely cream. You can, if you want, you can use what you call it, ideal milk. Like
Oh, yes? Okay.
Yeah, that will also be lovely. I need is there a whisk in here or a stirrer?
We'll try and find you another one. Wait.
Look
Okay,
at
here we
you.
go. I am now
There we
familiar with this kitchen. There we go.
So just bring it to a boil. Also, if you want, you can add vanilla in here. What I classically do in my house, I will add a little bit of a good quality rum in here, a dark rum. Goes really beautiful.
Nice.
And
Look, it's
then-
winter. Also, like I think it's rich, but it is winter. It's gonna be comforting, and you also don't need that much of it. And that's the thing I love about a tres leches cake is like literally the smallest piece is so satisfying.
Because it's very rich.
It
It's
is,
really
yeah.
rich. But I mean, it's pudding, and I think when I think of dessert and pudding, it's not the time to think about.
Calories.
Yeah.
And like, no, not at all.
And then you literally, it looks like a lot of. I think this is for the. So I'm just put half of it on here. You put it on there, and then let it stand. And then this girl is gonna like all of that beautiful condensed.
With emotion, you gotta close your eyes.
Yeah, it's gonna go in there. Just feel it. It's lovely. I can taste it already. And then when you unmold it, it's gonna look something like that.
Yes.
And then you can serve it either with beautiful just whipped cream. I think just to balance out, you can use something like a creme fraiche, something with a bit more acidity, or even just custard.
Oh, I mean, why not? So let's just check on these chipolatas quickly.
The canapes.
The canapes. It smells amazing. We can totally let it go for a little longer, but I just wanted to show everyone how beautiful they look. As you can see, the top ones have already started getting that beautiful color on it. I'm imagining these dipped in that sweet sauce. It'll be so good. Herman, you've been absolutely amazing. Believe me, you do want these recipes. Go and get Herman's new book. Also, go and check the recipes out on expressoshow.com. Herman, I feel like you're going to be coming back a few times this year.
I would love to.
We love it. I'm sure you love it. So make sure you're tuned in for next week's when we have a more Culinary Hotline Bling.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
We love the sound of that. Well, I'm going to do my part for my colleagues right now in my workspace and reward them with just a little taste of what we've been making. I say loosely, Herman Lensing has released Nostalgia, an exquisite cookbook, and we have tried 3 of the recipes today as the Culinary Hotline, and we haven't tried the 3-milk tart yet. It's a 3-milk cake dessert. Come in, gentlemen. There's no escaping it. It's time for a little bit of a sweet treat. I don't know if you want to try the chicken. It looks like a work of art. I don't want to destroy it.
Are you
please
suggesting
do.
we don't destroy the artwork because it is looking?
So while you
It
go
does
with
look
that,
beautiful. So this is the condensed milk mustard pork bangers.
that is so good.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna have to try it.
Just do it,
Where
man.
you going on, bro? Cheapers.
No, it really is good.
All right.
Oops.
Got to have a little taste. I'm going to try the, seeing as I haven't had a sweet treat yet today or for like the last 24 hours.
Right.
I'm going to
Right?
give it a go. Okay, so this
What?
was made with 3 milks.
What can this not make taste that much better? Oh my goodness.
Clem was brilliant. He said gammon. Can you imagine over Christmas, just a cold gammon, dipping it into that?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
It really is a flavor sensation like no
Oh, my
other.
word. You and I'm going to give you a taste.
Are you going to...
Buddy,
got to.
you know why? Because you love your milk course.
I do.
Oh, brother, next level. Have a little taste. Raul, do I tempt you? Do you want a little
I'm
taste?
gonna have
boy?
to,
Come
man.
on, have a
I mean,
little
I
taste.
can't be the only one left out.
Listen, if
there.
you want to get your hands on any one of these recipes that we made in the Culinary Hotline with Herman this morning, expressoshow.com on our website. It's all there for you. And I suggest you try it out.
This is silly.
John, I really do suggest you try it.
silly good. So after the break, we're going to try and work off some of these calories
That is
by
really
letting our
good.
hearts pump love because young Darren Governor is here to perform just for you here, sounding exquisite. What a talented space we have been in this morning. If you want to hear this man do what he does best, stick around. And there'll be none of this left, I guarantee
now-
you, by the time we come back.
Just have some silence.
Just some silence. And
Just some silence and
I'm
enjoy.
stealing some more of the milk.